place together.
All of us. Together. We'll be their worst damn nightmare.
Oh, yeah, it is. This is exactly what we were foreshadowing.
My mercy prevails over my wrath.
Jerry!
Sup, dude?
Oh, you see the delusion, eh?
Hey, Rick.
Oh,
Everything okay? You got roped into masonry duty.
is this supposed to be Judith?
Sadiq, man. He's impossible to say no to.
Sadiq. Is that the one that Carl saved?
Back to it.
That is a. Imagine having to do that crap, man. Yeah, I knew that was the moment. I bloody knew that was the moment. I really wish they didn't make it so bloody obvious, you know? I already don't want to watch it, eh? No, like I said, it's been a few weeks since I watched the last one, so this all feels a bit, like, bittersweet to me, because, like, in my heart, like, Carl died, right? I think that's one of the problems if you do what I do and sometimes take breaks, right? Obviously, in real life, you don't get a break. That's not how it works, which is how I try to watch. For the most part, I try to just force myself to keep watching, but, like, sometimes it's just too much, and I get to release, you know? But in my heart, he already died. I shed my tears for him. So it's like, watching this just, there's almost like a feeling of it really annoys me. It's like, show me this. But I know, like, obviously, when you were watching it, you probably, I don't know, it felt good to have an episode to see, like, these moments. I don't, it just upsets me because I just know, like, I don't know. It's almost like my heart doesn't want to feel any broken. So it's like, just let me be numb to it. Can we please just stop? But anyway, there's one thing I will say, which I still haven't felt okay about, and that's how I felt how obvious it was going to be that he was going to die. A lot of you may think to yourself, oh, it wasn't that obvious, like, you just happened to guess that it was going to happen, right? Maybe that's true. Maybe it's just a bloody good coincidence. Well, good. Maybe it's just a coincidence that I managed to guess it. But it felt to me obvious, just and simply in the sense that the very first episode, we get an episode of Rick, like, looking broken down. And the last time we saw that was when, like that was, you know, when Glenn died, I thought at least. So I started thinking to myself, oh, for God's sakes, like, what's going to get Rick to that point? Because I felt like Rick almost may have desensitized a bit since then. What the hell's going to get him to that point again? So I started theorizing, yeah, like it would be someone super close to him. And then there's the whole thing about Sadiq and Carl in the very first episode. Both of the characters saying my mercy prevails over my wrath for some reason. Like all of that to me just feels real, like... Do you know what I mean? Do you see where I'm coming from? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm still a little bit like, I wish I never saw the scene of Rick being broken, the delusion, and the whole line that I probably wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't been editing. I wish I hadn't seen any of that, because then I'd be in a situation where maybe I would have been more shocked. Oh, okay, so we're getting some kind of flashback then. Sorry, by the way, there's a reason I didn't really react to all that is because copyright, the music was, yeah, anyway, that, and also I just don't have anything to say. I just don't have anything to say about it, you know? Anyway, so maybe now we figure out what the hell Eugene did to get them out. Because the Saviors got out. Well, and I can't blame Carl's death on the Saviors, but I can blame a lot of what just happened on the bloody Saviors, as you guys know.
You seen this?
They're trying to clear a path, so that they can all just get out. That's my thought. Maybe try to distract the snipers, maybe? Yeah, make a path.
Blocking out the walkers with bodies, they're gonna get out. Now we need to tell
shoot.
everybody.
Whoa! How the hell did they know who was up there? Well, there you go, that's how they got out. So they built body barricades with walkers. That was Eugene's plan. To be fair, it's bloody smart. Wait, they go after Morgan rather than just running off? Holy shoot. Yeah, Morgan. Holy shoot. Oh my god, look at its head. So I take it maybe we
Cottage
don't...
is just ahead, out of the tree line. It's got a wrought
so
iron
this is the
fence. There's
present.
food and water inside. The saviors don't know about it. You'll be safe there until I make it back with Ezekiel.
Well, also Carol's also going back.
You
Come
versus
on.
all of them? They don't stand a chance.
It's not just Carol.
Yeah, nah.
I'm going too.
Yeah,
No,
nah.
you're not.
He killed my brother.
And I'm not gonna let him kill you.
You're like 7 years
I can
old.
do it.
It's not happening.
I don't think Carol's going to want anyone to go with, but... You know what's really crazy, though? I think 99% of these people will fight for their king. That's what he built. There we go.
Dad.
It's alright. I wasn't sure if you'd make it back before. But, just in case, you know. I wanted to make sure I was able to say goodbye.
No.
Bro, by the way, this is exactly what I was talking about. About, like, you know how in the last episode, all I wanted to do was blame Negan. Blame the saviors. All I wanted to do was put my anger and hate about all of this onto them. That's all I wanted to do, right? The crazy thing is I think that exact thing is going to happen to Rick. I think that this state of broken, the state of delusion, what is after that, I genuinely feel is going to be wanting to put or direct that anger somewhere. Like, he'll probably feel that Carl wouldn't have gone and done this by himself if it weren't for Rick having to fight the saviors, or if it weren't for this, or if it weren't for that. There will be fingers pointed, right? So my worry is that exact feeling that I was feeling, and still, to be honest, feel a bit now, Rick is going to feel tenfold. I just have these visions of him just getting darker and darker and darker. The only thing I will say is the fact that Judith is still alive, there's still something he can cling to, and Michonne as well. There are things that he can cling to, but losing Carl is losing a piece of himself he will never get back.
Let's bring someone back. His name's Sadiq. We saw him at that gas station before. It wasn't the saviors.
But then he'll blame himself. If he's not going to blame the saviors, he'll blame himself.
I got bit.
I just hate that that's how he dies, eh? You know, it's like,
Negan's gonna kill you now.
oh my god, it sucks.
Hey,
Shut up.
you hear me?
Shut up.
I ferried my people to freedom. What befalls me now matters not.
Come on,
Oh,
Ezekiel.
it matters, idiot.
I made a choice I could live with. Now it's your turn to do the same.
Yeah, exactly. And of all of the ones that we were faced up against, he more than anyone, I was a bit like, I wish I could clip it and insert it, but way back when we met that guy, I said in the reaction that, he doesn't feel bad to me. Wait, who just ran in? Was that Henry? Oh yes, they're together finally. Good.
People to guard all the walls.
No, but they do have people. Henry. He's here too.
Oh wow.
Where?
Shouldn't even know.
So if we have to take them, we take them.
I'm kind of regretting not watching this straight after now, because all of these scenes here, like I said to you, I feel numb to all of it.
Yeah,
Just numb.
thanks.
I already cried for his death.
They're over-the-counter and non-steroidal anti-inflammatories.
I'm a bit nervous about how Rick's gonna react.
They'll help a little with the fever.
It did for my mom and dad. You're a doctor?
I was a resident before. Yeah.
A what? A resident?
Your name's Sadiq.
Yes.
Sadiq.
Did you know he was a doctor? Is that why you brought him back?
He wasn't gonna make it alone. He needed us.
I don't think Rick's going to be able to accept that straight away.
Somewhere at the gas station.
I really, really don't.
Water, give him water.
You got it?
What blows my mind is that Negan's still bombing the crap out of Alexandria.
Make it stop!
Oh, not Dwight. Please don't.
You're one of them. They'll listen to you.
He hasn't been one of them for a long time. If he goes, they'll kill him.
You said that Hilltop's safe?
Yeah.
We need to get everybody there.
And they think all of you got away in the woods. Your best chance is to stay here until they're gone.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Find us here, we're dead.
They're almost done. It wasn't about destroying the place. After they're gone, that's when we go.
I think he's right. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. We wait.
You know who I'm worried about, kinda? Eugene.
Sure, going to Hilltop's the best plan. All of you in one place together.
All of us. Together. We'll be their worst damn nightmare.
Or the fact that... Was he just... Did he just smile, or am I, like, imagining that wrong? But imagine what Carol must be thinking now, like, after how long of him not being able to do that?
They could have found him.
I know. I'm worried about them.
Yeah, I know. You can still make a choice, my friend.
Is it gonna go bad, Ezekiel?
You are the author of this night, Gavin.
Oh, I love
Its
that
clothes
line.
shall be fashioned by your star.
It's gotta stop, Michelle. It's not supposed to be like this.
Looks like you were right.
Well, don't speak too soon,
They're
please.
leaving.
Way to go take a look.
Ah.
Leave it.
We ain't gonna leave it. Pretty sure he's come to kick ass.
Leave it.
Oh. Yeah, I'm bloody worried about Morgan too.
It's gonna be his last ride. Let's at least try to make him comfortable.
It's weird because, like once again, I look at that guy and I don't see someone I hate, but I see someone who's going to die because they're like a prisoner of Negan, metaphorically speaking. Like they cross the line when it becomes too far. I also feel like Dwight has crossed that line. I also feel like Eugene has now crossed that line. I feel like there is a line where once you cross, you can't come back within. He may do the right thing, right? But I think he dies anyway. I think there are a bunch of characters that stood over a line that, like, there is no return from.
It always comes down to this. It always has to get dark and ugly
Then why be a part of it?
and inhuman.
Why? You are speaking facts right now.
It is not too late to walk back from something decided.
Exactly.
Stop picking dingles, grab your walkie and respond.
Time's up.
Gomez.
All out
It
of
is not too
time.
late to walk back from something decided.
Shit, there it is.
Get him inside now!
So what? Oh, for God's sakes, Gavin. God's sakes.
I calibrate this cooker properly, we'll be lousy with baked apples ad infinitum. Till then, this Golden Delicious has your name on it.
I don't think we're ever gonna have Eugene back like this either. I hate it when episodes are choppy, because it's like mixed feelings.
Saviors are gone. We can get everyone to Hilltop. We can get Carl there.
Carl? No. He can't leave here. I have to stay with him.
Rick.
He can't.
Yeah, how
I
is he
have to
supposed to
stay.
leave?
Well, don't stay.
Will you? Will you take Judith? If she happens.
I'll take her. I'll get her there. I'll keep her safe.
Let me say goodbye. You be good, okay? For Michelle. This was Dad's before it was mine. Now it's yours. Just having it, Ned.
Fuck, this sucks. Sorry guys, I don't want to watch.
Always kept Dad with me. It made me feel as strong as him. It helped me. Maybe it'll help you too. Before Mom died, she told me that I was gonna beat this world. I didn't. But you will. I know you will.
You saved them all. That's all you, man.
Oh, God's sakes.
You gave me a chance. I know I can never repay you.
Oh my god, it must be so... Like, this guy seems incredibly genuine, like, right? He seems like you probably couldn't get more genuine, but I'm just... Oh my gosh, there's this really tense feeling of, like, I can't look at him because... Like, I can't look at him because of, like, what his life means. Do you know what I mean? And I can't help but feel like I'm sensing that that is exactly how Michonne and Rick are feeling. Like you want to hate something, right? You want to be mad at something. You want to blame something for what's happened, but you can't. And it's this horrible, horrible feeling. This was completely out of your control and there's nothing you could have done. It sucks.
I'm gonna honor you, Carl.
I believe that, I really do.
Congratulations. You're stuck with us.
Maybe I'm sensing a whole lot of nothing, but oh my gosh, the feeling in my stomach. Can I blame him?
This, whatever the hell it is. I gotta settle this shit under the penalty of that goddamn bat.
You don't.
Exactly, you don't.
Shut up about that, okay? This is it. It is too late. I'm the author, you're the dead man, and that's how it's gonna be.
Oh!
You Give up, or he's dead.
Well, what? Well, what? So give up. If they don't give up, you just die anyway. It always blows my mind that they don't just run off at that point, eh? Oh! Jesus Christ, Morgan. Holy shoot. To be fair, he was kind of defending himself, but last Gavin got away. Bro, do you hear that music? What does that remind you of? Somebody needs to save him from that, otherwise he will end up dying out of that wrath.
My best friend, Michelle.
Ah, for God's sakes.
I need your help.
With what?
Getting them out of here.
You see, look at the state of this. Yeah, Morgan's now hunting him. Like he's dragging an axle on concrete, do you know what I mean? That kind of level of dark.
Back at the prison, when we got attacked, there was a kid. He had a gun. He was starting to put it down.
And you killed him anyway.
I think about him, what I did to him, and how easy it was.
Only a sick man do it like this.
Hey, I think
One of
he...
this. You can go back to the hilltop. They're still standing. They're keeping them going. Just turn around. You think you can beat Negan?
Oh, dang.
You can't. We can go back to how it was. We gotta go back.
Go back to how it was. No, we can't. Even Negan said it himself.
What happened? What you'd lost. All those things you had to do. You were just a boy. And you saw it.
Killing me won't make any of it go away.
Yeah, I don't think that's the point of this anymore, you know?
You'll still wake up to the same shit tomorrow.
Get up.
Huh? So he's
brought
not...
those people from Liberia, and you brought them in, and we all lived together. We were enemies. You put away your gun.
Trying to preach him to do it
So
all.
I could change. How you stopped fighting. It was right. You can still be like that again.
Yeah, I do. I believe it too, but it's just how...
Morgan?
Carl's death, I know what it's gonna symbolize. I understand that, and I spoke so much about it in the last episode. I understand what it means, but it's like my brain doesn't want to hear it right now because of what's happened, and I think almost exactly the same thing will happen, at least initially with Rick, and then the arc will eventually be peace. Yeah, I think there's a long way to go between Carl's vision and reality. I think there's a long way to go, and not just that. It's not just Rick that needs to be convinced of such a future. Rick may start to believe that can exist, but then he's got to convince someone else. He's got to convince another group of people. He's got to change the way Negan thinks.
Ending him is the coward's way. We've won.
Come on, Morgan.
He will see what he has wrought.
Please, Morgan. Please.
I can't be who I was. It's different now.
You can't kill all of them, Dad. There's gotta be something after.
You told me we can be better than them. You said that to me.
I have to.
He feels like he has to clear.
I have to.
Wait, that's behind him. Oh! Maybe there's something to bring him back. Holy guacamole.
You have a beard.
Oh, that was Carl's
Bigger.
vision, not Rick's.
Grayer. Michonne's happy.
Oh my
Judith
god, I viewed
is
that so
older.
wrong.
She's listening to the songs that I used to before. If you can still be who you were, that's how it could be. It was all for you. Right from the start. Everything I did, it was for you. And then at the prison, it was for you and Judith. I'm gonna make it real.
Oh, you know, I've completely gone back on my, I wouldn't pause. I don't want to pause an intense moment because I don't want to ruin the flow of the episode. I've destroyed that today. I've done that too many times, but
No.
It should be.
I know. Somebody you love. You can't do it yourself.
oh, he's gonna.
But I still can. I love you. I love you, Dad. I love you so much.
Good morning.
Oh no, don't show
Morning to
me
you,
that
darling.
crap right now. No thanking you. The hell? I don't know, honestly don't know what I'm gonna say after that. I know I know this episode isn't gonna turn out the way I want it to turn out. Not how I thought I'd feel reacting to that episode. Now don't get me wrong, like I feel unwell and I got a bit of a headache now and I didn't quite cry, like a dry cried. Like I said, I think the nature of the show, I kind of convinced myself, or I convinced myself that he died last episode. Like, I convinced myself and I cried, and I bloody cried last episode. Everything came out last episode. This episode almost felt kind of like a bonus episode, I guess. But like I said at the start, it felt bittersweet. It felt like I was watching something. It felt like I was watching a prequel to his death, because it felt like I already had seen him die. Obviously, there were times in the episode when I felt like crying, but I think I describe it as going numb. When was it the last time I said that? There was a while ago when I said to you guys that I felt like the show was numbing me to death, numbing me to the pain of losing someone or something, and like I didn't feel like I could be as upset as I was once upon a time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the most upset I originally was when Laurie died, and how that changed with Carl and what that meant for Rick and blah, 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 blah. And then I went through a period of feeling so bloody numb. You know what I mean? So numb. Like, I just didn't feel like I'd feel anything again. This is the death. I think then obviously Glenn's death, and that sucked. But then this is the first, Carl was the first death, and I'm talking last episode, that was the first, like, cry, broken since then, I think. I've been broken, but this is the first time it's been more broken. Because I guess alongside in 7 times 1, it wasn't just being broken, it was fear. So there was lots of different emotions there. Last episode, I was just torn apart. This episode just felt like it felt like bonus features. You know, I got to hear the goodbyes. It's hard for me to feel happy with the reaction, because I'm gonna sit there and think to myself, damn, like, you didn't cry? Like, I almost, it's weird because I almost judge myself when this happens, and I go like, what are you, bloody heartless, you bloody psychopath? It's just numbness. I spent a week and a half not watching The Walking Dead where I kind of numbed. That's why I think this episode was hard for me to watch, because it was just, yeah. And you guys already know anyway that I spoke a whole bunch about Carl and how I felt and what it meant and all that stuff. You guys already know that. You guys already know all of that stuff. I think the biggest twist for me was that was Carl's vision. I was thinking that's Rick's delusion, but that was Carl's vision. So that whole time I'm going, what the hell's going to send Rick to that sort of state? But that was Carl's vision. Peace. Obviously, that's the ideal. Now, there is one thing that I do want to talk about. I'm going to try and move on from the Carl stuff, because I think all that stuff has felt real stale to me today. I think it's because of the last episode. I'm going to need to process this. I'm going to need to continue watching, and I'm going to need to perhaps film it Beyond the Wall, and just eventually I think I will accept that he's gone. Right now it still kind of feels like, you know, I'll watch next episode and he'll be there. It doesn't feel real yet that he's not going to be around next episode. It's pretty depressing to think about, eh? So I'll move on from that. And this episode's already been long. Let's talk about a couple of things. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is the very ending of that episode. Now, maybe we saw multiple visions. Maybe we saw, like, Rick saying, my mercy prevails over my wrath. Maybe that's Rick's, like, by a tree with a wound on his stomach. Now, I'd be surprised if that's his death. Like, I mean, it doesn't look like a wound he'd probably die from, but something has to happen between now and then, which results in him sitting by a tree with either a bullet or a stab wound in his stomach. Or he's been bitten, and he's alone as well. And what's with that? So that for me is like, that's the definition of a cliffhanger. And I take it that's where we're going to probably lead for the rest of the season, right? What's with this season leaving like future cliffhanger sneak peeks? It's done that twice now. And I'm not going to read too much into that though, because last time I read into it too much, and I don't want to predict, because I feel like that's soften the blow of some of these episodes. I'd rather not think about it now. I used to love theorizing, but part of me doesn't like it anymore, because I'm like, eventually I'm going to say something and I'm going to be like, oh damn, that's a good theory. And it's going to manifest. It's going to be the right thing. And I don't like that. Yeah, so other than that, guys, other than the cliffhanger ending, Morgan losing himself, oh my gosh, dark, man. I never ever in my life would have thought that's where he'd end up. But obviously it's going to take Carol, Ezekiel, it's going to take a lot to bring him back from that. And the other thing as well I will say, talking about Ezekiel, is that Maggie, Rick, and Ezekiel, not a single one of them have been captured by Negan. Not one. Which is I'm not going to say we've won here because we've lost Alexandria. We're probably going to lose the kingdom. The hilltop is the final place, right? But like, what I'm saying is, they're all still here, so Negan's plan hasn't really worked the way he wanted it to. Speaking of Negan, the only other thing I need to talk about, guys, before I wrap this up and start editing it, is the ending scene of the Vision and Negan being there. Now, holy crap. Who watched that the first time and had a sick feeling in their stomach? Me. I don't like the look of that. I know we're supposed to be leaning towards dropping that feeling. That feeling is what Carl was trying to explain to Rick that needs to go. But that feeling's there. In me too. Oh, I can't even explain to you how that made me feel. Not good. That's a crazy scene to end on because that's left my brain like wired all over the place and thinking about what the hell. How do I get from this feeling to that? I don't ever think that's going to happen, by the way. I don't think Negan's just going to settle in with us eventually. I just don't see it happening. I do see some... Maybe that's a metaphor for forgiveness or acceptance, but I don't think that Vision is going to manifest the way... I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it'll look different, but the whole concept, the metaphor, the idea is what Carl was preaching. Moving forward, we need to learn to consider that. I guess it's kind of like what I used to say about we need to be open-minded and consider the possibility that that vision is a possible outcome. And if it is the best outcome for our people, if it's the safest outcome, if it is the outcome that ensures our survival, we need to take it. We need to put aside our own personal feelings and think about what's next. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I feel this episode has been all over the place. My feelings have been all over the place, and I'm just generally not happy with the reaction. It was a bad one to stop and then start on. I'll admit it, guys. Ending the season finale and then starting on this episode didn't feel natural. I shouldn't have done that. So I apologize. And like I said, right at the start of the episode, that feeling of like camera and ring rust and like it was there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. We got a couple of dry cry faces and plenty of was, so it hasn't been a dead end of a reaction. But look, I look forward, well, kind of look forward to what's next. Not really based on what we just saw, but I look forward to reacting again. I look forward to Telltale. I look forward to continuing to record, and hopefully my work life dies down. I've had a long bloody week, and I will have a long bloody week next week. But anyway, that was all from me, guys. As ever, from me, Dan, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.